The battle ends. You do not notice it at first. Your ears are still ringing. Your breathing is still shallow. Your muscles remain locked, waiting for a command that never comes. The noise fades. But silence does not feel peaceful. It feels wrong. You scan the horizon again. And again. Your mind does not trust the quiet. The enemy disappears into memory. But something else remains. You survive. You are standing. You are breathing. You are alive. Yet you do not return whole. Ancient civilizations understood a truth modern language struggles to name. War does not end when violence stops. For the warrior, battle rewrites the nervous system. You were trained to ignore fear, to override pain, to silence hesitation. Those traits saved your life. Now they threaten it. Your body still lives inside the battlefield. Your pulse spikes at sudden movement. Your hands react before thought. Your mind keeps replaying moments you cannot shut off. Ancient people did not call this weakness. They recognized it as damage. Fear was suppressed. Empathy was dismantled. Identity was replaced. You were not acting as yourself in war. You were acting as a weapon. Those systems do not reverse on their own. Left untreated, they turn inward. Or outward. This episode reveals what happened after warriors came home, and how ancient societies attempted to repair minds that had been deliberately broken. You reach the edge of home. The land is familiar. The path is known. Yet your body hesitates. No horn sounds. No crowd gathers. No voices call your name. You are not allowed to speak. Not yet. In many ancient societies, the moment of return was deliberately muted. You are seen, but not welcomed. You are guided to the margin. A threshold space. Neither battlefield nor home. Among Greek hoplites, returning warriors waited before re-entering civic life. You remove your armor. You place it down. Metal leaves your body before words do. Among African warrior societies, you sleep outside the village. You hear laughter from within. It feels distant. Among steppe cultures, riders remain apart from family tents. You smell food. You are not invited to eat. Silence is not punishment. It is containment. Your mind is still organized for killing. Your attention snaps toward movement. Your jaw tightens at raised voices. Speech would release what has not yet settled. Ancient societies understood something modern systems forgot. Trauma is transmissible. Fear spreads. Aggression teaches itself. Unprocessed violence leaks into families, children, elders. So you are held apart. Not shamed. Stabilized. Your silence slows your breathing. Your isolation lowers stimulation. This is primitive nervous system regulation. Without language, the mind begins to downshift. Time passes differently here. Minutes stretch. Thoughts arrive uninvited. You remember faces. You remember sounds. Your hands tremble. No one interrupts. No one rushes you. Ancient cultures did not demand immediate gratitude. They did not force celebration. They understood that premature reintegration breaks people. So you wait. And in the waiting, the war slowly loosens its grip. You are not watching history. You are stepping into it. Blood follows you home. Not all of it is visible. Some stains were washed away days ago. Others never will be. They live in your memory, in your dreams, in the way your body tenses without warning. Ancient cultures believed blood carried more than life. It carried intention. You are washed. You are not asked if you want this. You are led to water. A river. A basin. A carved stone channel. Cold touches your skin. You inhale sharply. Your muscles resist. In war, cold meant danger. Now it means something else. Release. Across civilizations, cleansing rituals appear with striking similarity. Among Mesopotamian armies, priests poured water over hands that had killed. You hold your palms open. They shake. Among ancient Indian warriors, immersion followed battle. Your head is lowered. Your breath slows. Among Mesoamerican fighters, smoke replaced water. You stand still as incense thickens the air. Your eyes burn. Your chest tightens. Ritual is repetition. Water pours again. And again. Smoke coils. Ash is pressed into skin. These actions are symbolic. But they are also neurological. Temperature change interrupts stress loops. Rhythm resets breathing. Touch reintroduces the body as something other than a weapon. For the first time since battle, your hands are guided, not to harm, but to receive. You are reminded that your body belongs to you again. Yet the memories do not disappear. No ritual promises that. Cleansing does not erase. It marks a boundary. Before this moment, war. After this moment, something else. Ancient societies did not confuse purification with forgiveness. You are not absolved. You are transitioned. The blood is acknowledged, then set aside. And slowly, your nervous system begins to understand. The threat has passed. The rituals do not end with cleansing. Water calms the body. Silence steadies the breath. But memory still waits. Now comes the part many warriors feared more than battle. You must remember. You are seated. The space is enclosed. Firelight flickers against stone or wood. Elders sit across from you. They do not accuse. They do not comfort. They listen. You are asked to speak. Not everything. Only what matters. You describe the first strike. Your voice tightens. You describe the moment resistance ended. Your jaw clenches. You describe what you did when no one was watching. The room stays silent. Across ancient cultures, this confrontation appears again and again. Among Norse warriors, deeds were spoken aloud before reintegration. You name the act. Naming returns ownership. Among some Native American societies, warriors recounted battles to councils. Not to glorify. To locate responsibility. Without this step, something dangerous occurred. The warrior remained split. One self acted. Another denied. This fracture bred instability. Violence leaked into daily life. Ancient societies understood this intuitively. So you speak, not to cleanse, but to integrate. Each word pulls the memory out of the shadows. Each sentence reconnects action to identity. You are no longer possessed by what happened. You are the one who remembers it. This is not forgiveness. It is containment. The elders nod. Not approval. Recognition. You are still responsible. But you are whole again. Not every warrior completes the return. You see them. They stand nearby. They went through the same battles. They touched the same blood. But something in them did not settle. Some refused the rituals. You watch them turn away from the water. They do not sit with the elders. They do not speak. Others attempt the rites, and fail. Their hands do not stop shaking. Their eyes never soften. Their sleep never deepens. Ancient societies noticed this pattern. They did not romanticize it. They recorded it carefully. Tablets, sagas, oral warnings passed to children. These warriors are described as cursed, as unstable, as men who carry war inside their chests. But you recognize something else. Their nervous systems never exited survival mode. The rituals were not enough, or came too late, or were interrupted. You feel a quiet fear, because you know this could have been you. Unrepaired warriors destabilized entire communities. Arguments escalated. Alcohol flowed. Violence appeared without enemy. Ancient leaders understood a hard truth. A society that sends men to war must be prepared for those who cannot return. Some were exiled. You watch them leave. Not in chains. In silence. Others were kept under watch. Given tasks that kept them moving. Never idle. Never alone. This was not mercy. It was damage control. You realize something uncomfortable. Ancient cultures were not gentler than ours. They were more honest. They admitted that some wounds do not close. And they organized their societies accordingly. Not every broken warrior was cast away. You begin to notice something unexpected. Some who could not return to ordinary life were given new roles. Not celebrated, but contained, transformed. You watch them move differently. Their eyes stay alert. Their sleep remains shallow. But their place in the village is defined. Among many ancient societies, damaged warriors became something else. Shamans, executioners, boundary guardians. You stand near them. You feel the tension they carry. These roles did not require softness. They required endurance, isolation, the ability to stand where others could not. Ancient cultures did not mistake this for honor. It was adaptation, a recognition that altered minds still held value, if carefully contained. In some traditions, you watch a broken warrior trained as a ritual intermediary. Someone who had already crossed into darkness. Someone who could walk there again and return. Others became watchers at the edges of society. Night guards, executioners of law, figures both feared and necessary. You realize these roles served two purposes. They protected the community, and they protected the damaged warrior from collapse. Idleness would destroy them. Integration would fail. So purpose was engineered. Not happiness. Stability. Ancient societies did not ask these men to heal. They asked them to hold, to endure, to stand where normal life could not. You understand something unsettling. War does not always end in recovery. Sometimes it ends in reassignment. And the myth remembers them, not as heroes, but as necessary shadows. The village settles. Life resumes its rhythms. Children run. Fires burn low. You stand among it. And yet, something has changed. Not just in you. In everyone. Ancient societies did not remember war as a victory parade. They remembered it as a wound that demanded structure. You notice how stories are told carefully. Battles are not exaggerated. Names of the dead are spoken without drama. Warnings are woven into songs. The purpose is not glory. It is memory. Memory that prevents repetition. You understand now why rituals existed. They were not spiritual decoration. They were infrastructure. Without them, the damage spread silently. Families fractured. Communities destabilized. Generations inherited unspoken violence. You look at your own hands. They are clean. But you remember what they have done. Ancient cultures did not ask you to forget. They asked you to carry the memory responsibly. To live in a way that acknowledged the cost. This is why war memorials were sober. Why celebrations were brief. Why returning warriors were watched, not praised. You begin to see the absence. Modern societies dismantled these structures. Rituals were dismissed as superstition. Silence was replaced with speed. Containment with denial. You are sent home alone. Told to move on. The cost does not disappear. It waits. Ancient people knew this. They built systems to remember. Not to reopen wounds, but to prevent them from festering unseen. You stand at the edge of the village one last time. You are no longer a weapon. You are no longer only a survivor. You are a witness. The legend does not end with battle. It ends with responsibility. War changes those who fight it. Ancient people accepted this without illusion. The next legend explores what happened when these rituals vanished, and what replaced them.